I'm in a toxic relationship with my keyboard. We spend over 8 hours a day together, typing emails, googling dumb questions, and writing the scripts you're watching right now. But recently, I realized that if I could type faster, I could literally save hours every single day, and maybe finally go outside and touch some grass. So I tested my typing speed. The world measures it in words per minute, WPM. Mine came out to be 42, which makes me perfectly average, or a disappointment if you're Asian. So this week, my goal is to hit 100 words per minute, fast enough to make people assume that I didn't really have a childhood growing up. The first thing I had to do was fix my posture. For some reason, I love sitting in strange positions with my spine all kinked. Not only will this give me scoliosis in the future, but more importantly, it makes you a lot slower at typing. The most efficient posture is one that keeps our backs aligned, relaxes our elbows, and our feet flat on the ground. Next, if you type like this, or are a gamer, I see you with your left hand on the WASD key, it's time to find the two little bumps on the F and the J key with your index fingers. Changing the way you type will feel weird at first, but there are plenty of websites designed to help and teach you. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to type much faster. That's literally how I went from typing 20 words per minute to 40 words per minute. I started practicing, keeping in mind the right posture, and in about an hour of practice, I increased my typing speed by over 10 words per minute. But after reviewing my footage, I realized that I would occasionally glance down at the keyboard to search for certain keys, which was really slowing me down. So for the next hour and a half, I forced myself to just stare at the screen, which dramatically improved my typing speed. I also found by keeping my wrists slightly engaged instead of fully relaxed also helped me be more accurate and type faster. But after practicing for another 2 hours, I began getting frustrated because I could not get past 60 words per minute. The following hour could be characterized by practice, extreme concentration, and a bunch of failed attempts. Even though I could feel my fingers moving faster, I was stuck at 60 words per minute. Something that I noticed during practice was that my pinky, ring, and middle fingers were significantly slower on my left than my right. So instead of trying to come up with some good solution, I decided to just brute force it. So for the next 2 days, I split my training blocks into 20-minute sessions, taking 5 minutes to rest in between. I was definitely getting a lot faster, but it was also the most amount of training I've ever put into my wrists, and they were definitely getting tired. My left felt way worse than my right, and I'm not really sure why. The next day, I remembered that I was actually a lot more accurate on a different keyboard that I have. When you get past 70 words per minute, you don't have time to remember how to spell words. It just becomes intuition. By swapping out my keyboard to one that allows me to be more accurate, I was able to significantly decrease the amount of mistakes I was making, which finally got me past 80 words per minute in just one attempt. I was extremely tired of typing, but I wanted to see if I could get anything above 80 words per minute. I couldn't, so I decided to just give up and take a break. While I was in bed doing some late night research, I realized that I wasn't as smooth with my fingers. Let me explain. The faster I was trying to type with my fingers, the harder I would hit each key. But this actually made me a lot slower because it increased the amount of travel for each keystroke. When I compared the footage of me typing versus someone who was literally double my speed, the difference was obvious. The lighter, quicker, and more minimal their movements, the faster they were. Besides that, I wish I could tell you something that was like a secret method to getting faster, but there is only one: practice. A lot of practice. The more I practiced, the faster I got. I started being able to type and read multiple words at once without having to think about which keys I was typing. But at this level, even tiny mistakes can ruin entire runs, and I kept getting stuck switching between focusing on speed and focusing on accuracy. So I began practicing using what I'd like to call the 5-10-5 method. 5 minutes of slow, accurate typing, followed by another 10 minutes of all-out speed. Then, lastly, to finish things off, another 5 minutes of slow, perfect typing. Then 5 minutes of rest before doing it all over again. And that is when I saw my speed jump from 80 words per minute to over 90. Yes. 100 words, here we come. Let's go. I was almost there, and I was consistently able to type more than 90 words per minute. But with only 1 day left, I was getting increasingly worried that I might not be able to reach my goal. After all, it did take me 2 days to just get past 90 words per minute. So for the next day, I decided to lock in. I got extremely focused and stopped making any mistakes. After 7 hours and 32 minutes of practice, I did the unthinkable. Yes. Oh my god. I did it. Oh my god, look at this. I can't believe I actually did it. Oh, that's insane. Oh my god. And with that, I can finally say that I am statistically in the top 1% of typists. I did practice a couple more times just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke. And fortunately for me, it wasn't. Now that I've achieved my goal, I can finally be freed from my chair and go outside. I hope this video taught you something and will help you improve your typing speed. I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you will be able to do it. See ya.